Okay guys, so this video I want to talk about something I covered just not long ago. We're coming back to Shojo Tsubaki. That's right. I talked about the anime film. I had watched it. I did a little bit of a review. What the fuck? I did a little bit of a review. Fuck. I did a little bit of a review. There you go. I did a little bit of a review, or it was a really shitty review. If you can call it a review, I don't know. All right, but so I found the live action film and I watched it, and it was quite interesting. Quite interesting. It was still kind of disgusting, but not as disgusting as the anime. So, I mean, there are significant differences between this live action and the anime. The most noticeable is the length, the difference in length between these two films. The anime film is about 52 minutes, something around there, and the live action is 90 minutes. So there is about 40 extra minutes in there. They didn't extend certain scenes or anything like from the anime. They just added a bunch of different scenes, especially towards the end. I'm just gonna spoil a little bit here. So if you want to watch this and don't want to spoil, then I wouldn't suggest continuing. But anyway, so I can't remember anybody's names, to be honest. But that weird guy, the magician guy, the weird guy with the horn. His hair looks like fucking horns. Anyway, the guy that can go into a fucking bottle. All right, the one that falls in love with Midori, and whatever. So at the end of the anime film, I couldn't quite understand the end. For me, I don't know. The end of the anime film was kind of weird. Midori and that guy, they both leave the circus, and they go off, and it shows that the guy being killed. And then I don't know exactly what happened after that. After that, I can't tell you. I really can't tell you what the hell happened. But in the live action, there's a significant difference there, because they both leave, but they both leave, and he decides to allow her to become an actor, which she always wanted to be. He was a little, well, not a little, but he's overprotective of her, and he protected her always. And at one point, he even gets abusive with her. And but anyway, there's a point in both, in both the films where some filmmakers try to hire Midori, but he doesn't allow them to. And at the end of the live action, they're showing Midori and her career through acting, which was kind of weird because they didn't show that in the anime film. I don't know how any of this differs from the manga. I haven't read the manga. I haven't seen anything about the manga. I would like to read it, but I don't know where to find it. But so that was a significant difference there towards the end. And throughout the film, there are significant other little scenes that they added that are different from the anime film. As far as how the characters look and how they feel and how they act, I think all the actors were spot on with acting and portraying these characters. I think they looked like nearly perfect, except for of course Midori. I think her anime self is really quite different than the actor who acted as Midori. I can't remember her name right now. But I think that there's just a certain type of look to Midori in the anime film. More noticeably, like I'm talking about mainly her eyes. I think her eyes have a certain type of just look to it, and just her face in general, but mainly her eyes have a very big difference from the actor in the live action film. I don't know, just when I watched the anime film, that was one thing that I really like stood out about her is her eyes. I don't know, that's kind of weird, but that's what really stood out about her, and that didn't really stand out in the live action film. Not that the actor wasn't good or anything. I thought the actor was just fine, perfectly fine. Um, but yeah, and then also the guy uh, that she falls in love with, or that falls in love with her, um, looks completely, and I mean completely different than how he looks in the anime film. There are two complete different people. Well, as far as looks go, um, when I was watching the anime film, I was like, "What the fuck, Midori? Why the hell are you falling for this guy? Why are you making out with him and shit?" This guy is ugly as fuck, and he looks like a creep. He legitimately looks like a creep, and he's disgusting. Like he really looks disgusting, and they mention him as a dwarf. I guess because of his height, he was kind of short. But in the live action, he looks completely different. He actually looks like a really, really good guy. I mean, if I were Midori, whew, you know, I would totally get on that. Um, but that's beside the point. But yeah, he looks completely different in the live action film. And that's I guess those are the main differences for me. Also, another difference that I really pointed out that I really saw was I think the anime film was a bit more darker with how it looked, and I'm like specifically talking about like color wise. I think the whole color and feel and just everything about the anime film was a bit darker than how they portrayed it in the live action. I think the live action, the colors were more vibrant and everything was cleaner, especially in the circus, and especially Midori's dress. Her white, her face is white. No, her yellow dress with red polka dots. It was very bright and a very vibrant color in the live action, where I think in the anime film it was a bit darker. Now maybe that's just because it's an older anime, or I don't know, but I feel that the anime film was darker in how it looked than the live action. Now there are certain like well there okay, so in the anime film there's a scene where this guy who dresses like a girl, I guess you could call him a trap. This trap, he brutally murders two dogs. It's a really disgusting scene. If you can't bear to see anything like that, then seriously do not watch this film. I am so serious. That made me really kind of want to throw up. It was disgusting. But this trap brutally murders these two dogs. And they show that in anime film because I mean it's anime. They can do that kind of thing. You see it in anime all the time. You see blood and guts all the time in anime. But in the live action film, they don't show that, and it's pretty apparent that nothing really happens there. I mean, they wouldn't hurt a dog, right? They wouldn't show that in the film. And there weren't dogs; there were little puppies too. Um, but you don't see any blood or anything or guts in the live action, which I mean I thought was pretty good because I was wondering how they were gonna do that. Um, Also, I mean, there's that one snake lady. They do show her breasts in the live action as well as in the anime film. So you know that breasts are not a big deal. You know they show that like all the time. All right. But there are a couple parts where they censor in the live action. More noticeably, talking about this one part that wasn't in the anime film. It was a part where the circus, you know, the whole freak show circus, the whole gang were going to this new place to have their show, and um, they have these two little monster guys, the two little beasts. I don't know, whatever, and they weren't registered or something, so they couldn't perform. Um, but there was like this and this officer or whatever, this high-ranking official, um, who who's a kind of gross. He's really gross. He's a gay guy who likes boys. Talking about boys. Um, so you know the owner of the circus um, takes the trap over to the guy, and there's a scene where they're showing, you know, this official guy. He's literally like rubbing his face in this guy's ass, and it's really kind of gross. I'm just like, what the hell? I don't want to see him rubbing his face in his ass, dude. And then you know they show him like thrusting into him and stuff, but of course, like I said, they censor. Um, it was weird. So, but yeah, I think those are like the main differences in these two films. I don't know if I can. I don't know if there's anything else I noticed that were different between the anime film and the live action. Um, they're both very weird and wild and disgusting. Um, Now the live action wasn't all that disgusting to me as the anime was, because for me in the anime what really disgusted me was that when the two puppies were brutally murdered. That was really disgusting, and it didn't show that, like I said, in the live action. But then when it got to that whole sex scene part, the guy's rubbing his face in the other guy's ass, that kind of disgusted me. So I don't know. They both have their kind of, you know, disgusting parts. And don't think I'm homophobe or nothing. All right. Don't think I am. I mean, I love killing stalking. All right. I read some yaoi. I don't mind watching it. It's all good. All right. It's all good. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing Killing Stalking as an anime. Whew. I wouldn't mind because it's a really good series. So I'm not getting into that. So I think that's all I have to say about this. It was very weird, interesting. I enjoyed it though. But yeah, I think those are like the main differences and stuff. I don't know how I would rate this. Maybe I'd probably give it a 7, like I did the anime. Um, but it was definitely interesting. And there is some animation in the live action also. And I think they did a really good job with this anime film. I mean, live action. What the fuck? I think it was really good in keeping everything, you know, like the whole feel to it, and how it looked, and there like I pointed out the differences, but I think they did well with staying true to this anime film. But the main source is the manga. I haven't seen it. I would like to read it sometime. I don't know where to find it though. But yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. I think Miku-chan is done also for this video. But anyway, I think you guys should go check it out, because why not? It's weird. Anyway, there'll be a little subscribe circle right there. Like always, there will be 2 videos right here on the screen later on. You can click on those. You can also click on my channel. I have 30 plus more videos. And I think that's all I have for you today. And you guys will probably just see me next time. I don't know when that is, but you'll see me next time.